Hi guys!
Have you ever wondered how can we teach difficult subject to be easy? We will have interesting way to solve your problem.
Happy learn?
Earn knowledge.
Our topic today is learning the electrophoresis with a STEM activity called the Cordyceps. And here is the objective of this project. First, students can understand the given information clearly.
Next, the student can apply the knowledge from instruction and the information to do the activities.
And the last one is, students can create the electrophoresis via our activity.
Before jumping into the information part, we will let students watch the situation slow plays. In this case, we will record the video for you.
To catch attention from the students and create interest in our activity. And of course, the situation is related to the electrophoresis. So, let's watch together!
Help me!
Help me!
Help me! Why it have to be us who are infected with this crazy disease?
That's the virus Cordyceps.
Once upon a time, there was a tiny city named Boy City, which had a wonderful environment and people. However, not everyone is nice.
Oh my god, this is it. I think I found it. This could be the strongest poison in the world.
This is one, a scientist who falls in love with a toxin invention. He spent his half-life doing experiments and finding new toxic extracts. People in the black market are willing to pay him high price for a bottle of a toxin to eliminate their enemy. One day, at the darkest moment of the night, one is sleeping without any cognition that a fungi sample in his lab is sneaking out from the container. The next day, he woke up coughing, but he still has no clues that a horrible thing happened. Unfortunately, the spores have sprayed it out from his lab. One tries to fix it by calling to his younger brother, Pong.
Hi bro, how is your life going?
Pong, the worst thing is happening now.
Calm down bro, tell me what happened.
I will release my toxic sample. It is spreading around my hometown. Also, it's an airborne.
You didn't do that, tell me you're just kidding.
Who is kidding? I'm telling you the truth now.
You went too far, I told you 1,000 times to stop doing toxin.
Shut up and come here now.
Okay, you stay there, I'm going to pick some sample up. I think I could do something to fix it.
After Pong knows the situation, he runs out from his lab and heads to Wan's place.
Here, bro. Take the sample and make an antidote for me and offer the victim.
Got it, you need to survive, my brother.
After Pong have received the sample, he tried several experiments, but it seemed to be hopeless. Luckily, he found out that there was one person who survived from the Cordyceps around 100 years ago. Moreover, there are his samples in the book. So, he decided to search for the descendant. He found out that there is only one descendant, but he did not have many info about him or her. So he announced it on the radio.
Whoever is a descendant of Pakembe, please contact me. You are the cure to the disease.
5 days after the announcement, there were 5 suspects who claimed that they are the offsprings of the Cordyceps survivor. He was frustrated because there should be only one descendant. He contemplated for a while until he found a solution. Pong will do the electrophoresis to find the real descendant. You are his assistant, and the lab is beginning now.
After watching the video, we will teach them about the electrophoresis based on the basics. However, the difficulty could be adapted depending on the target group. If there are collagens, the information part could be deeper in detail. These are our teaching examples.
Let's have a brief about Cordyceps.
Cordyceps are small parasitic fungi, and there are more than 400 species of Cordyceps around the world, and most of them are used in medicinal ways. It can infect insects by spreading spores that would grow inside and take control over the host body. Cordyceps are widely eaten in East Asia countries, including Thailand as well. In Thailand, we call it tang chao, and it is widely used among elderly people.
Now, let's talk about what is gel electrophoresis. Gel electrophoresis is a technique used in the laboratory to separate charged molecules in DNA, RNA, or protein according to their size. It can be used for distinguishing the different sizes of the sample by the base pair length, which can be observed by the bands on the agarose gel.
These are three important things that you must know about gel electrophoresis. First, gel electrophoresis applies the principle of electric charge. Second, DNA has negatively charged on the cathode side that tend to move to the anode side, which has positively charged. And last, the bigger fragment of DNA will have a shorter distance, while the smaller fragment of DNA will have the longer distance. This is a picture of agarose gel in the laboratory. Here is a well for dropping sample, and this is a result after we use an electric supply to run the gel electrophoresis, which can be seen in the form of DNA band, and each band will show the value of the base pair.
Now, it's time for the activity. We divide it into three parts. Start with color dropping activity to let students try the essential skill in the gel electrophoresis. After students finish, the instructors brought the gel tray out. Don't forget to tell students that you will let it take time in the lab, and it will come back with the gel running result with related to the third activity. The second activity, drawing DNA bands. Instructors show students the color running gel electrophoresis and let them draw on the board by comparing with a template. And the last activity is finding suspects. According to the hour situations of Cordyceps, we need to find the real suspect who has an anti-Cordyceps ancestor. Let's see our teaching activities.
First, we will show how to make DIY gel electrophoresis. Mix agar powder into the water and put it in microwave until it's clear, and wait for the gel to be hardened. Before it's hardened, we will create a well by using comb. Then cut off the top and bottom of the gel for the electricity circuit to run through water. As for the electricity circuits, we create by using batteries connect with each other, then use wire to connect with gel electrophoresis.
The first activity, color dropping activity. We will have our students drop food coloring mixed with a syrup, which represents the DNA sample into the well, and teach them to connect their circuit. Negatively charged on the cathode side, we have well which tends to move the anode side that represent the positively charged. Then, tell the students that we will take it into the lab to get the result of running gel with electricity. After waiting for the result, we will continue to the second activity.
The second activity, instructors show them the completed gel running with color band. In this step, the instructors have to prepare stationery for the students. Color markers are required. Let the center of each color dot as a band. The students have to discuss with teammates and draw the line on the paper to stimulate gel electrophoresis band reading skills.
Eventually, the last activity will be about forensics identification. In this activity, we are going to let learners identify the real descendant. We are going to provide 5 suspect background profiles and their DNA bands from gel electrophoresis in activity 1. Now, what they are going to do is that they need to compare all the suspect DNA bands to the template DNA band. The real answer would have the highest similarity to the template in terms of the band patterns. If learners can figure out the answer, they would be able to save the world by applying the descendant DNA for antidote creation, which will kill all the victims.
In the conclusion part, the instructor must conclude all of the activities based on the situation and also end the situation by telling them the result of finding an antidote. Tiny rewards are allowed. For the evaluation, we focus on student enjoyment. Just observe how they work and activate them do it together with teammates. That's perfectly fine for these activity goals.
For the STEAM education. First, S or science. Students learn the gel electrophoresis method via the presentation and activity, and also improve the lab skill via the DIY activity. The second one, T or technology. Students learn the problem solution
by finding the way to solve the given situation, and also systematic thinking, discussion in a group, then try to create a hypothesis of the situation. E. Engineering, the knowledge that used for the electric circuits in Activity 1. A. Drawing skills of drawing DNA band in Activity 2. The last one, M. Mathematics, logical thinking and possibility. Students have to use the logical thinking and possibility to find the suspect and also to do the experiment. Estimation, in the Activity 2 that the students have to estimate the color dots to draw the band.
Now, it's come to the end of our video. After our once actual teaching, this is our suggestion for someone who wants to apply these activities. This is our life for after action review. We are going to talk about objective review, outcome review, specific action review, and future objective and strategy respectively. According to the objective review, we cannot be achieved yet because students know the principle about gel electrophoresis, but they cannot apply it to solve problems in real life situation.
Okay, next is the outcome review. For the methodology, the original plan and step are supposed to be like in this flowchart. First, we will introduce in which we spoke about what we are going to have in that activity, continue with the role play, the Cordyceps, brief information, basic knowledge, and step about gel electrophoresis. Activity 1, DIY gel electrophoresis. Activity 2, practice before the real identification. And Activity 3, who is the real descendant in terms of forensic identification respectively. Let's ask the question, what do we learn from the activities? And the last is conclusion. But things actually happen differently in some steps. For the step, brief information about Cordyceps. There is some confusion between members, and this part should be arranged at the introduction due to the feedback from the learner. For step 7, who is the real descendant? In terms of forensic identification, we misunderstood the answers. At first, we thought the answer is suspect 1, but the real answer is actually suspect 2. As for the last step is step 9, conclusion, we forgot to talk about our QR code that contains the information.
Next is the specific action review. We collect the effective and ineffective opinions in our group of learners. In the effective action, for our opinion, we can create an interesting and attractive story. The role-play techniques could attract students. We have variety of activities, good flow of overall presentation, mostly according to our plan, appropriate difficulty to the participant, provide lab manual or document to the student, and we are able to solve the immediate problem well. For learners' opinion, they think that our organizations and time durations are good. It has an attractive role-play performance, activities are fun and not boring, and we can solve the immediate problem well. In the ineffective action, for our opinion, we have some unorganized queuing during the activities. We lack backup staff. Each member is not clearly informed about their duties or responsibility, which leads to some chaos during the activities. The transitions between each activities are not as clear as they could be. It may cause misunderstandings or confusions for learners. The qualities of the equipment is not so good, and we forgot to summarize and talk about our QR code. For learners' opinion, they think that the activities are messy and explain the meaning of Cordyceps when doing an activities that make them not understand this word at first.
Here's the feedback from the learners. We call it the satisfaction score. The score has been divided into 3 parts, including story, information, and activity. And each activity has divided into 2 parts, which are activity creativity and activity benefits. From the graph shows that the creativity of activity 1 got least score with 3.5 out of 5. And our team also agreed that this activity was a bit uncreative. But for the other part score are still acceptable with 4 and higher out of 5.
Now, we are at the last part of the video, which is future objectives and strategy. There are 8 points that I'm going to discuss. First, there was unorganized queuing during the activities. Our suggestion is that we should have some rehearsals first and we should have better arrangements for the queue. Second,
we lack backup stuff for things like sound, effects, slide, and transitions. Our suggestion is that members who finish their part in the roleplay should assist the backup staff. Third, each member is not clearly informed about their duties or responsibility, which lead to some chaos during the activities. The thing we could improve is that there should be an agreement between members before the real activities so that everyone will know what they are responsible for. Fourth, the transition between each activities are not as clear as they should be. It may cause misunderstandings or confusions for learners. Our suggestion is that more practice are required and members should have a discussion on how they will switch to the next activity. Fifth, the quality of the equipment is not so good. To fix this issue, we should have a better quality equipment. Sixth, we forgot to summarize and talk about QR code. Our suggestion is to summarize and speak about the QR code that will contain additional information about our slides and our activities. 7. The activities are messy. The thing that we could change is to provide aprons for learners and tablecloths for tables to prevent spill from color lamps. And lastly, explaining the definition of Cordyceps during the activity did not make learners understand the detail. What we should do is that we should explain brief information about the Cordyceps first before we dive into the roleplay section so that the learners can better understand the topic.
That's all of our learning gel electrophoresis via STEM activities, the Cordyceps.
We hope that this video will be useful for everyone, less or more.
And last, if you like this video,
Don't forget to click like, share,
And subscribe to STEM Thailand.
Bye bye!